This is a video here of just give some pointers on installing a new board and a modified board. And we'll start with this is for the joysticks. Basically, you take your bottom off, take your old board out. Now this one doesn't have the bulb out, but this one here's got a bulb. And the easiest way to get them is after it's off, just push it from the inside and pop it off. That's the first thing you want to get out of the way. Next thing you want to do is deal with the handle. You want to make sure it's working. So odds are you'll be changing the handle. So to get the old handle out, this one's a rubber one, but you do the same thing. Take something, just to hold in a flat screwdriver, and then just pry it up. That's how you pry the old ones off. The bottom lip, or the toothbrush in this case, is just so you don't damage the case, and you just keep prying up. Pop it out, and the reason to take it out is not only to change the handle, but you want to make sure that this slides. A lot of times these get corroded and they get stuck on there, so you got to make sure it frees up. So you might have to force it off, sand this off, and get it to move again, because what it does is when you tip it, if you over tip, it'll give a little place so you don't damage the switch. Once you do that, you can put that critter back in. If you bought one of my kits, you probably get a dust cover, and the dust cover might have blue on it on both sides or one side. Protective stuff. Just take it off. Slide her on. Slide the new rubber handle on. Next thing you're going to do is put in the clear bulb. Grab one right away. The reason for the clear bulb is the new boards have two yellow and a green bulb in it on the one board. This one here has a yellow and a green, but it's all on one bulb. So get these in. If you put the red lens on it, you won't see it very well. What you want to do is you want to push this in so it just pops out of the inside a little bit. That's the easiest way to get these rings on. And you got to get the ring in the way in there. And as you're holding the ring in there, then you push the other one in, and it'll clip in. All that does is stop from sliding out too much. But the nice thing about these, you don't knock them off because they're flush. Alright, once you got that done, if you get this board, you just set her in place. And the shrink wrap here, it's basically just to protect the wires, but it also helps it stop pulling out, which is one reason I have the wires going this way. It helps stop accidentally pulling. And you'll see on this model it has two fuses. That's the motor fuse, that's a 3 amp, there's a little 3 on it. And this is an 8 amp, which is the main fuse. I sent spares of those in case you need them. Okay, and once you got that done, then you basically assemble the rest. Just make sure nothing pinches or whatever. Just line them up. And before you screw everything together, make sure everything moves and plug it in and see if it works. I usually stick a rubber band around it temporarily. Otherwise you got to screw it together, then unscrew it and everything else. Alright, that's the original model that I made up, which has, like I said, it has the green float and the power light's yellow. And now on the newest model, if you happen to go for that one, it can come with or without this extra little switch here. What this little switch does is it enables you to turn off the float. That way when you hit the down, it won't drop all the way. It only goes part way down as you hit it. You got full control of the down, but it takes it out of float mode. Alright, if you get this one, you need to carve the case out a little bit. There's one I already did. Throw the lid on there right away, just to show you. Basically, it's a little tiny switch that sticks out of there. And you got to carve out this little tiny slot. You can see right there, little critter. Alright, in order to do that, again, change your bulb cover and put your joystick in. So that's ready to go. And set your board in so that your switch is there. Don't push too hard, you'll break the switch. It won't go all the way down right away. And take an X-Acto knife, flip the switch all the way one way, put a little mark, and flip it the other way, put a little mark. Okay, then we take her out, and you'll see your markings there. And I got the wrong glasses on. Alright, and the easiest way to cut these out is with an X-Acto blade. Once deep in the mark. Blade's a little dull. And take a little chunk out. And then do the same thing on the other side. And you just keep working your way down like that. A little deeper each time on your upright mark. Hey, got terrible shadows today. You hear it click, and as you can see, just work one side down at a time. You want to go a little less than an 1/8 inch on height. So what you do is, if you don't want to measure it, just check it each time. And you want to put it in, and you want to make sure you have a little bit of play when the board's all the way down. I said I'm not going to finish it off. Oh, another way you can do it is if you happen to have a file that's got the edge on it. It's got a cutting edge on one edge. You can also do the same thing. Just file where you gotta go. I said a good sharp X-Acto knife will do the trick. And like I said, you're going to almost an 1/8, so basically your final product will be that, like that. And again, once you're done, make sure you have a little bit of play in all directions. You should see a little space above it, a little on the right, a little on the left. Okay, and that's basically it for connecting this one. This one's set up the same way. It has the 3-amp fuse and the other fuse there. And like I said, the switch turns off the float. And also this board has another feature where when you hit left and right and it is in float, it will temporarily disconnect the float so it stops digging into the ground. That's part of the new design of this one. Okay, so if you have any more questions, you just have to give me a shout and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching.